Hey, John Kavakis here with a special edition of My Take. This is a new model introduction, and it's something new for the channel as well. This is Stamp's 1974 Cadillac Coupe DeVille in 1/18th scale. You can see how big the box is. So I'm happy to have you with me as I take my first look at this. It's a new model introduction, not quite available at dealers yet, but it's going to be there very soon. You ought to go run in to look at your favorite dealers, see if it's there. The first 1/18th model they did sold out very quickly, and I have no reason to think that this one won't either. But let's talk for a moment about Coupe DeVille. Coupe DeVille showed up in the Cadillac lineup in 1949, and it's been part of the lineup ever since. By 1971, it was in its fourth generation. It had become a very large car and boasted the largest interior of any Cadillac ever. So 1971 was a milestone year for Cadillac. Sales were going along really good. They brand new designs were in the works. The DeVille series was doing very well. It was very popular. Had the largest exterior, had this expansive bodywork, gigantic engines, and Cadillac was really in the middle of its heyday, doing a fantastic job too. But change was on the way. By 1973, horsepower had begun to wane a little bit. They went from gross horsepower to net horsepower at the rear wheels, so there's a little reduction. But by 73, the smog controls were kicking in, and horsepower was down. And 73 actually happened to be the last year for the pure two-door hardtop DeVille. And no one knew it at that particular time, but there was an oil crisis brewing on the horizon, and it would have a devastating impact, at least a significant impact, some people think, on car design for the rest of the decade, actually for the rest of car design history. So, and it'd have a hand in changing everything, but still Cadillac was on a roll and setting records. 1973 was a record-selling year, well over 200,000 cars. So we had some mildly redesigned features in 1974, particularly on the two-door coupe. So gone was the hardtop roofline. There was a very thick B-pillar, a large, what they called coach window. Some people might have called it an opera window, but it wasn't really small enough to be an opera window, and a very thick C-pillar. So there was the optional air cushion restraint system. The airbags came to Cadillac in 1974. You had to pay extra for them. They had the new roofline, energy absorbing bumpers front and rear. And that all contributed to a car that was 230 inches long. Largest Cadillacs ever made. As a matter of fact, those are 5 inches longer than the 1959 models that we remember so fondly. Okay, so Stamp has taken all that tradition, all that history, all those situations that existed in the fall of 1973 and given us a model of the 1974 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. Now, it comes in 3 different color variations. There is a Regal Blue Fire Mist, a Dynasty Red, and the Persian Lime Fire Mist, and I've got the Persian Lime Fire Mist right here. First thing I want to mention is this packaging. Now, I had to look at this very carefully before I understood what was going on. The packaging is amazing, and it protects the model in every way. But it's got this black frame around it, and all you really have to do is pull that black frame off to get the model out of it. And so you've got this protective covering for it, but you're able to display the model in all of its splendor as well. You just pull on the edges, and the plastic framing comes off. So let's get this on the turntable and take a close look at it. So, you know, the finish is absolutely spectacular. The grain, the metal flake in the paint is to scale. It's absolutely beautiful. Stamp always does a good job on their finishes, but this just goes beyond. I want you to take a look at the front of the car. That grille, those headlights, the lensing on the headlights is ultra realistic. The grille looks like you could fall into it and never stop falling. Take a look at the hood ornament on top. Beautifully rendered. It's even got the turn signal indicators on the leading edge of the front fenders, which you could see from an inside and know when you had your bright lights on and you had your blinkers on. Beautifully done. Beautiful chrome trim everywhere where there's supposed to be chrome trim. It's deep, it's lustrous, it's fantastic. Take a look at the side of the car. The side marker lights look like they're just about ready to light up. And those wheels, Stamp does a great job on wheels. These are little pieces of art. You've got the side body trim right where it needs to be. They've captured the nuances of the design on the front fender with that little ridge that runs along the hood line there, and the crease that runs all the way back to the rear. Great job. Coach windows, well picked out. Very delicate framing around the coach windows and appropriate. The roof not only looks realistic, it has a realistic touch to it. Look at those mirrors. Full-size mirrors, those big square mirrors. You've got separate door handles, and even the lock covers are picked out. Around the back of the car, again, very realistic lensing, beautiful chrome bumpers, deep, lustrous lensing on the turn signal indicators and stoplight indicators. Absolutely beautiful and great, fantastic, delicate to scale badging. So the one thing that Stamp is noted for is a really incredible interior, and I'll tell you, doing these interiors in 1/18 gives them the opportunity to shine. Take a look at that dash. Look at those vents, separate vents picked out, separate radio controls picked out, the right wood grain. Beautiful steering wheel, well-rendered steering column with the right levers. Even the ignition cylinder is chromed and picked out and is separate. The door panels with the pull straps near the top of the door panels, the right wood grain trim in the door panels, and the handle on the door just beneath the armrest. 100% authentic and well replicated. The seats have the right look. They have the right texture. It's just a beautifully done car. This is my first look at one of Stamp's 1/18 models, and I got to tell you something, it is absolutely stunning. Now, this is going to retail for about $349 or so. As I said, numbers are strictly limited. The first one sold out in a matter of days. So when this shows up, you're going to want to snag it as quickly as possible. If you have a good relationship with one of your dealers, you might want to pre-order it so that you're guaranteed a place. Any one of the colors I think is going to look fantastic. I love this lime color. The Persian lime fire mist, they call it. I think fire mist is a great name for the color because it looks like it's on fire and glowing. This is my take on Stamp's 1974 Cadillac Coupe DeVille in 1/18 scale. Thanks for tuning in. If you do me a favor, if you enjoyed the video, go down to the bottom right here and give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. I've got a whole bunch of videos coming. Of course, I'd love to have you as a subscriber so you get notified as soon as one of the videos go up. Keep your eyes open. I've got over 30 videos on the way. Again, thanks for tuning in. This is my take.